Hello fellow bookworms, welcome to another review video. This one is really close to the last one because I just devoured book 2 of this series. This is These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. It's book 2 of the series. I did these Hollow Vows just a couple days ago. And I didn't put this one down. Well, I did, obviously, but I read it in a couple days. So on the cover is Lexi and Bash, or Ronan. And on the back, we've got Lexi with Finn. Her hair looks a little bit more pink in the back picture for some reason. But those are Lexi, not Lexi. Oh my goodness, I'm calling that's the author's name. Bree. It's Bree and Ronan and Bree and Finn. I'm getting my names all over the place. Lexi Ryan is the author, not the main character. Although sometimes I find authors base the main characters slightly on themselves, so it's a possibility that there's bits of her in Bree, which is good. Okay. I'm letting you know now, if you haven't read the first book, you shouldn't watch this video because reading this is going to be a few spoilers for the first book. Definitely spoilers for the first book in this video. So, after Abriella's sister was sold to the Fae, she thought life couldn't get any worse. But when she suddenly finds herself entangled in a dangerous web of her own making, loving two Fae princes and trusting neither, things are not quite as clear as she once thought. As civil war wages in the Unseelie court, Bree struggles to choose a side. How can she know where she stands when she barely knows herself anymore? With each path pointing to even more heartache, Bree must find the inner strength to forge her own way forward. In this darkly romantic thrill ride, the more Fairy is torn apart from the inside, the clearer it becomes that prophecies don't lie, and that Bree has a role to play in the fate of this magical realm, whether she likes it or not. So that doesn't give away too many surprises. I thought it would. I didn't read the author's synopsis of the book, or book blurb, whatever you want to call it. I thought it would give away a little bit more. Obviously, her sister was kidnapped in the first one, and that's the reason why Abriella goes to the Fae Worlds in the first place. Obviously the characters Bree, Sebastian, who is also Ronan, Finn, why can I never remember all the main characters? Her sister Jas. We kind of met them in the other books, but there's the Seelie Court, the Unseelie Court, and the Wild Fae Court, and we meet Misha and his wife, and I can't remember her name either. I should write these down before I start the video. That would be a smart thing for me to do. And Misha is the king of the Wild Fae Court, and he's a good friend. He helps her out. I like him. He's funny. I'm very happy with how this went. I didn't notice any big plot holes. There was a couple things that were kind of predictable, like as in when I said with the first one, it was subtle things that were predictable. In general, though, there was definitely some twists that I did not see coming, that I was happily surprised with. The tropes, this one, it is a romance. Again, I would say 14 plus, because there are some love scenes and making out and all that stuff, because she does have this love triangle thing still going on with the two choices she's got to pick. I'm happy that she picked my favorite. She made the right choice. Although I was really frustrated with her. I said this in the first one, where she makes some bad choices, but those choices help the storyline and help her future choices, so she ends up with the one she's supposed to be with. So even though it's frustrating, it's for the right reasons in the long run for the storyline, which is important. And if you don't feel emotions from a book, is it even worth it? Like, that's the point. You're supposed to get emotional. You're supposed to get involved. I feel attached to these characters now. I want to become Bree's friend. I want to go to the Unseelie court and meet them all. I'm glad that they are all still friends in the end as well. That's important. Maybe that was a spoiler. I won't tell you who she chooses though. That would be a spoiler. Definitely gave me, like I said, I was a little frustrated with her at some times. There's definitely hope and love and sadness and happy tears. I honestly absolutely loved this book. It gave me feels from, I think in the other one I said the selection, that was the first one. This one gave me more feels like she was inspired by Sarah J. Maas and Jennifer L. Armentrout, specifically a little bit from the ACOTAR series and a little bit from the Throne of Glass series. Both. There's elements in this book from both of them, and elements from the from Blood and Ash series by Jennifer L. Armentrout as well. I don't know if they actually inspired her or not, but I mean, they inspire me, so I don't see why they wouldn't inspire her as well. Alexi Ryan is now up there in my favorite authors list, and I will be looking for her other books. I definitely rate this a 5 out of 5 stars. For this book specifically, out of the two of them, is better than the first one in my opinion, but the whole series overall, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 stars. The plot was engaging, it was interesting, it was intriguing. There's character growth still, even from the first one. There's more character growth because Bree has so many things happening to her. She needs so much time to... She doesn't have enough time, really. I'm surprised she figures it all out in the time she has for the soul searching she has to do. That's for sure. I care about the characters. I did. I felt emotionally attached to them, which is one of the key points in a really good book. You feel involved in it, like you could be in the land. I don't know if you guys ever experienced this, but with me, if I'm reading a book, let's say it is the dead of winter and they're stuck in like a blizzard, and I'm inside, it could be summertime, and I will feel cold and grab a blanket, and when I put the book down and look up and it's sunny outside, I'm a little shocked. Like, I got so involved in the book, I forgot that it wasn't winter anymore. And I get that vibe from this book. So yeah. If you know me and you've seen some of the other books that I've read, and you like some of the other, like if you like Sarah J. Maas, you like Jennifer L. Armentrout, if you like the Shattered series, you will love this book. I highly, highly recommend it. Go out and grab it. I'm so glad I own them, and in these beautiful hardcovers, because I will be reading these again, and I'm going to be looking up more of Lexi's work. I'm pretty sure she has more stuff out. I'm going to find out, and I will own them too. And hopefully she doesn't disappoint me, because these ones give me high expectations for the rest of her work. I couldn't put it down. Like I said, the first one took me a few days to read. I think maybe not quite a week. This one, 2 days. I read this in 2 days. It is the same thickness as the other one, basically. But I found it much more engaging than the first one. It was great. The ending was pretty satisfying. There's a few tiny things that weren't, like, completely finished off, but it's kind of political things. Like, you would need a whole other chapter, and it's not necessary. Like, she leads us in the right direction. All the points that we want wrapped up were wrapped up, and there was talk about what their plans were for the other stuff that couldn't be wrapped up right away. There's technically rumors she wanted to write another story about these characters, to do that, but it's not necessary. It's all wrapped up for, especially for the problems, the arc, whatever it's called, for this book in particular. Anyway, highly recommend. Go and grab it. Run, don't walk. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and happy reading, and I will see you in the next video.